have to play confident. Something that I've noticed with most traders is that welcome back. So today we're gonna talk about limiting your trades. This is probably one of the most effective ways to exponentially grow your account and overall become a better trader. So if you're someone who's starting out and you're trying to think of what is something that you can focus on that will actually give you an outsized return in terms of your account value and just overall progress as a trader, this is the video for you. If you're new here, my name is Forrest. I invest in stuff and I think that everybody should too. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button and we'll get right into it. So first and foremost, what do I actually mean by limiting your trades, right? Any given day, there isn't a set number of trades that I think you should necessarily take, right? Some people do have different breakers, like don't take more than 20 trades in a day and things like that, and those are fine. Really, what you should be thinking about is just the math on any given day, right? And what do I actually mean by that? And most days, there are some A setups, B setup, C setup trades. And what you really need to focus on a trader is maximizing the returns from your A setups. I won't even include B's, C's, or anything else in there. There are some trades that are clear as day. You wanna focus on getting the most out of those trades. And so I'll paint a very simple picture that I know has happened to you as a trader, right? You wake up, you trade in the morning, maybe you have a rough morning, right? The price action is kind of erratic. And then eventually we get to like 11:30 and there's a very clear pivot, but you're so discouraged. Your account is red from the morning. You've taken 6, 7 trades. Maybe your win percentage in the morning is like 30% and you're red on the day. Now you're focused on break even instead of just getting the next trade. And so you have this A setup that comes along, but now your trade approach is clouded because you're thinking about making up for the losing morning instead of just maximizing this trade. And when you have an A setup, that's actually where you need to leverage more, right? You need to put more risk on, right? Because it's a clean setup and that's where you can maximize your returns. But if you cloud that judgment and play scared, what you end up doing is taking very little on a very clean setup. So you spend 2 or 3 hours in the morning, A setup shows its hand, and now you're playing scared, right? You have to play confident. And so patience, confidence, all of those go hand in hand. There's also something else just with life, right? Just being a trader, something that I've noticed with most traders is that the more that you're patient and wait for those A setups, the more money that you'll end up making, right? There's this desire that a lot of traders have to try and figure out every single bar. We were just talking about this in the Discord. If you're not part of the Discord, the link is down below. It's called Trade Edge. Go ahead and check it out. It is a paid Discord, but there's a lot of really good traders in there. And then I have a free Discord, which is called Forrest Force. You can pop in there. I'll leave some nuggets every once in a while. But the point is, shameless plug aside, that you will do a lot better. And I know you've been in this situation as a trader, right? Where you basically cut yourself up and then you feel bad or discouraged by the time the A setup comes, right? So we're gonna jump into the charts and take some examples. Really the last trading session, it's Saturday today. We're gonna look back at yesterday at some of what the A setups were, some of the opportunity in those trades, and then what some of the other, poor setups were where people likely got chopped up, and just talk about the amount of money that you actually could have made if you would have just played the A setup. Let's go ahead and jump into the charts. All right, so this is my chart. I do share my charts in the Discord. If you want to get a closer view at this, that's where they are. But we're just gonna look at NQ and we'll get rid of some of these lines. They don't really matter from the afternoon. And we're just gonna focus on NQ for the day. This is the 5-minute chart, totally fine. So there were 2 really trades that I took on Friday that netted. One of my accounts actually did $10,000. We can see here that we have this touch of this macro level down here, 15,509. Then there was a reapproach here. That's not a technical term, right? We just came close to the level. That's something that actually irks me on YouTube. People just make shit up for the price. Basically, the trading is simple. The price goes up, it goes down, right? So all of these triple top, it's literally just terms for the price went this way again or went that way again, right? Anyways, I digress. So if we zoom out, what do we see here? We have this, I'm gonna draw a line. We have this zoop, come down, we tested, we tested, we tested, we came up here, tested, tested, came up, tested. So we've rejected this level 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times. This is the 5th time that we rejected this level, okay? And we can look at the volume, right? We obviously use volume price analysis to see that there were injections of volume every time that we actually approached this level as well. It's a really good signal that we're going to go up. So there was multiple maybe theses. We'll just focus on the one, right? So we think we're gonna go up and have upward trade, right? So a few of us went long, I went long. Sol mentioned that he's actually in a swing trade looking for higher, which is great, right? So this is an A trade. This is an A setup going long off of this level right here, right? You can see that from the overnight session, I actually got in my long right around this price or this time here. What the heck did I do? I accidentally posted some random text that was in my clipboard. I actually went long from here, and this yeah, right around 2 a.m. So I didn't even get the best price, right? But from here to the top of the range, you can see that we had 283 points. right? So every 100 points on NQ is 2 grand per one contract. Just a little under 6 grand of opportunity from where I got it. And if you would have got it from the lows, obviously it's even better, right? 380, if you do 380 times 20, 80 times 20, right? You can see that's $7,600. So there's a lot of opportunity to the upside here, just going long. Going long is an A setup. What a lot of other people do, right? A lot of people, what they'll do is instead of waiting for this touch here or waiting for, you know, another entry or price to come down here, they'll try and play all of these little, little rejections and things like that right in this range, and they'll just get absolutely chopped up, right? People will get chopped up playing here, people will get chopped up playing here, right? This is a pretty good pullback rejection. You see I don't have a line here. There might be a reason to draw a line here. I don't know. Don't have one, didn't have one when I was trading. So wouldn't have had that information. We're not going to add it retroactively. So something like here is where people will get chopped up, right? There may have been something on Bookmap to indicate this, but you get chopped up here. We get into the regular trading hour session. We have this strong open, this strong green open, right? This POC wouldn't have existed here, right? This is from this session, this volume profile. So the POC wouldn't have been up here yet. So we get to here, right? We can see that there is some consolidation looking over to the left, and people just get chopped up, right? So people will go here and they would try to play these bars. I know a ton of people who were playing these bars here, and all you really need to do was go long, right? The other A setup trade that I called, this was actually a trade that I was really happy about, was this rejection off of this 95 level. So I have a line at 95.50. I actually put my order at 95. For whatever reason, a lot of my trades, sometimes I'll be off by a tick. So I just gave myself 2 ticks of wiggle room. Hit the level, dang near perfect. I think it was off by like a tick or 2 ticks in terms of where it actually rejected. You can see it right here, but I called that live. I called that live about an hour or an hour and a half earlier, saying I was looking for a 20 point rejection. We actually rejected around 40 points there, right? So I did a high leverage 10 NQ trade there. So how do we tie that into the theme of this video of trading less? 2 very clear trades. Going long, you see that we blew through this level here, so you would have got smoked trying to trade off of this line. So there's the macro long going off of the major support, and then there was this retest of this macro level here, which was a very clear A setup, right? Now there may be other A setups. You see we rejected, VWAP here on this chart, which is another good trade to try to take. But there's 2 clear trades, and any one of these trades, I did a 10 NQ short here, guys, 10 NQ, and in one trade smoked probably people who did 30 or 40 trades. That's what I mean by limiting your trades, right? And going into the high confidence trades. Now, I want to be very, very clear here, even though I'm tooting my own horn, this isn't going to work every time. I could have been wrong. It could have punched through. I had a 4-point stop. I had a 4-point stop, going for 5 points profit. 4 for 5. I should have went bigger. Right, when I looked here, I should have listed my own thesis and went for like at least 10 points. I was looking for a 20-point rejection, but think of variability and other occurrences of this, right? I could have safely went for 10 in terms of just like a trade alpha. Point is, it worked out this time, and that's okay. I could have been wrong, but these A setups, if I only took 2 trades, if I only did the long and I only did this short, I took a few more other trades in the day, but I really did not trade that much. I did thousands of dollars on each account going this way, including trading my personal account, and did 1,000 with a 5 NQ short here, just in like a few seconds, right? Hit that trade. And that's all it takes. And there's all this other stuff you can try to read. I literally didn't even try to read it. I was like in and off the charts. Like as soon as I caught this short, I went outside, went and got a haircut, right? And it's that simple. Not every day is that simple, but that's fine because you don't have to trade every day, right? This is such a good long and such a good setup to wait up for. People make thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars riding these macro trends while people get chopped up on the inside here, right? And that's what it means to trade less. Stop trying to figure out exactly how deep or how up this is gonna go. A lot of people will try to go long. They'll see this here, and then they'll try to go long here, right? And then they immediately get a pullback, they get shaken out, and then it bounces, and then you see it actually didn't hit this level again, it came back down. There's all these different ways where you can get chopped up when you could just be playing the macro levels. That's all I really want to talk about and show you some really clear trades and try to convince you to trade less overall. In general, there's a ton of metrics for this, but even just track your own trades. Most of your profits probably come from a handful of good trades, and then there's a ton of other trades that slice that up. I know that's the case because it's the case for me. I'm actually working on trading less in the PM session. I think my win rate in the afternoon is actually terrible. Even just like, I was looking at my metrics the other day and then even just thinking on it, it's like there are days where I have huge mornings and then I just slice myself up in the afternoon and I'll have a little comeback. But if I would have done nothing, I would have made more money because my P&L was the highest in the AM. And so I might just not trade PM session anymore. anymore. Even though there are A setups in the afternoon, it's just not worth it. It's a little easier for me to just trade the morning and be done. But yeah, trade less is something I'm working on. It's something that everybody should do in general. And if you're not profitable, you certainly shouldn't be taking a ton of trades, right? Unless you're on sim. If you want to practice on sim, doing whatever you want, do it on sim. But in general, I guarantee you, you're not special. You know, you're just not, unless you have the evidence to prove it, but you're probably not. You're ace special trader, and what you need to do is trade less, take those clear trades that you know. Most of the time we know which trades are good and bad. There's a little voice in our head and we just ignore it and go, oh, I'm gonna try it anyways, right? Or, oh, it's only 20 bucks, or it's only 100 bucks, or whatever it is for you and your account size. Stop doing that. Just hands off, practice impulse control, and you'll become a phenomenally better trader. So that's my advice for this video, guys. Again, if you're still here, thank you for watching. Please subscribe, share this, help me grow my channel. I've been working on this for a long time, and my motivation to do this comes and goes. I do want it, you know, when I really think about it, I do want my channel to be, you know, bigger. So yeah, help me out, you know, if you appreciate this. You know, everybody in the Discord watching this, appreciate y'all taking the time. If you have questions, you can drop them here, you can give them the Discord, video ideas. I really do appreciate it. Ultimately, just here to help. That's just one of my passions. So see you around in the next one. Peace.